Hey y'all, this is AL Thigmadon. So I promised y'all that after I was done doing the Bell Collective recap review that I would come back and give y'all an update on the married dude and the side heifer saga that has decided to continue at work. So here goes nothing. So anyway, y'all, I legit go to work to get my check and come home. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there to socialize. Even though I look like this and have my little lipstick on and all that stuff, even though I do it sometimes anyway for my videos, but I wanted to look halfway decent when I went to go link up with one of my friends that I made with somebody who came in at the same time that I did. Literally came in the same day, started working on the same day. At my job, and we have so much in common. Like, when I tell y'all 90+% in common, like, it is almost scary. Neither one of us are from here. We both get homesick, and it's just a lot. Like, if I were to go over just the surface, y'all would be like, dang, well, what do y'all not have in common? Like, it's crazy. So anyway, she invited me over today, which now is yesterday, which was Friday afternoon, to, I'm sorry, I cut my hand some kind of way. I don't even know how I did it. I was like, why some feel like some on my hand, but my finger is like cut straight down the middle right here. I don't know why. It's not bad. It's kind of like paper cut type of cut, but it's weird. I'm sorry, y'all. It's so weird. I don't like stuff like that. I ain't never had nothing like that happen to me. But I'm sorry. But yeah. So anyway, on to the story. Y'all, but yeah, that's why I'm looking like this. Kind of somewhat made up, if you want to say that. Because she invited me over for a barbecue, and it was just the two of us. So she did like little kebabs and stuff like that. She likes to grill and all that stuff. So we just caught up and we were talking, and we don't really get to talk like we would want to at work. And so this was just our opportunity to talk. We only get to talk through text every now and again whenever we are not asleep. So yeah. And we've had like an extended vacation of sorts. So it's been amazing. So this was our first time really talking for real since we got off for our days off, plus our extended vacation, which ends in a few days. So yay us. But yeah, y'all, I'm bringing her up for a reason outside of the fact that I literally was just at her house yesterday for a one-on-one girls' day. So yeah, y'all, the married man and the side heifer, right? Well, I was minding my business less than a week ago, the last time I was at work, minding my business like I always am. And old boy came from out of nowhere. Hey, how you doing? I said, I'm fine. How are you? He was like, I'm good. And I'm telling y'all, I'm to the point where I don't even know what he looked like. Like today, which is yesterday, she had to explain to me what he looked like. I felt like he was butt ugly and, whatever. I don't know. She told me that she saw him without everything on because, we have to have the mask on. We got to do the most. I've never seen him without his mask on. She has. She said he look all right, but he's not her type. I was like, well, girl, I don't know. To me, just looking at him, whether he was attached to somebody or not, he just don't seem like somebody I'll be here for. And she and I both agree that we think that something might be going on mentally because he seems like he's mentally challenged. They usually call it slow back where I'm from. And yeah, they call it that where she's from too. Not trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying that's literally what he gives off. So I'm just like, I'm not attracted to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not attracted to none of y'all. There are some fine dudes at my job, but I'm not looking for that's all I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that I am not looking or checking for anybody. So yeah, he rolled up, spoke, went on by my business. And it's really to the point where I honestly don't know what he looked like. I can tell it's him, even though we be suited up and have all this stuff on, but I don't know what he looked like that. And to me, I just feel like he ugly. So I'm just like, girl, you sending it off for an ugly married dude, but okay, go off then. Minding my business. I literally be minding my business, y'all. I'm sorry. In all honesty, and my friend can attest to this. I said this to her yesterday, and she really thinks that this is what it is too. No matter when I go on my break now, even if it's the break that I want to go on or something might be going on and I have to take it earlier or later, I feel like he has a couple of people in places that sees me in the path that I have to walk in order to go where, the areas where, the common areas, if you will, where we can actually be and eat and go to the bathroom, do all that stuff. I really feel like he has somebody who is watching that and they see it and they'll text him and be like, oh, girl just passed by. She must be going to her break. Because he will appear like, y'all, whether it's my normal break or not, he will appear if he's at work, which he's almost at work, even though his shift, he literally has 5 days mandatory that he's supposed to work just like me. I have not had to do anything mandatory on my 6th and 7th day yet, but he will sign up for the 6th and 7th day if they need him, and they normally let him work. So most of the time he's there every single day that I'm there. Even though like all of us have different days that we're off. It just depends on when you came in and all, the luck of how you were able to get your schedule. So anyway, I honestly feel like there is somebody, at least one other person who works in a completely different department than he does, because where he works, he would never be able to see me. He would never be able to see me pass by. Like never, not unless he was already out of his area, walking through a whole nother area where he still would not be able to see me, and then walk through another area and then he could see me just in passing. Not anywhere even near where I work. Like I work on a completely different floor. He works on the ground floor. And like, it's just a lot. And I'm just like, I really am convinced that somebody is texting him, letting him know that I am walking to my break. Because he really will appear. Okay, y'all. So he came a couple of days doing this. Now, right before all this, I got to tell y'all, because I don't think I told y'all this update. So a couple of days before that, I didn't see him, but he was at work. But the reason why I think I didn't see him was because Side Heifer was all on him. And every time I looked up, because of the way her schedule is now, she can't be anywhere in my area right now. I can't describe what it is yet until like whenever I am completely done with this job and I'm not there anymore, I will go into detail about where I was working and what it was. But yeah, and then y'all will understand why I was saying and saying everything the way that I'm saying it, because I'm trying to be not very descriptive. So, I wouldn't give it away, but y'all would definitely know what it is. And y'all would be like, what? You were working there? Oh, okay. But yeah, anyway, y'all. But yeah, the way her schedule's been lately, she walks back to his area a lot. She has a lot more freedom. And yeah. And I mean, she makes it a point to do that anyway, but when her schedule is different and more along the lines of what mine is right now, she does not have that type of freedom. So she normally has to hope that something is messed up in her area and she can't do anything. So she literally can roam free, or it has to be her break time. So yeah, lately it's been working out in her favor. So she would just go back and forth being in his face all day. And I could tell because of where the direction she was going. There are several different ways that you can get to where my area is, even though I am upstairs and he's downstairs. I just prefer to go the main way in and out. So that's why, like I said, I really feel like somebody is seeing me walk by and he is texting them, telling them that I am going on my break. Okay, y'all. So anyway, a couple of days before this interaction that I just told you about, when he saw me, he was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm fine. How are you? And all that. I hadn't spoken to him. He hadn't seen me. And it was all because she was in his face all day, right? Cool. Do what you do. I don't care, because I don't want anything from him. Like, he has nothing for me. I don't want nothing from him. You ain't got no divorce decree. you ain't gonna get nothing outside of a hey, how you doing? Like, if somebody passed away in your family, God forbid, you might get a half of a church hug from me, but that's the most you're gonna get. Like, no, like, he already has gotten way too much, because as I've already told y'all before, for those of y'all who've been here, as the saga has continued, he rolled all the way up. Now, the first part of the saga, he rolled all of the way up on me. Like, my butt was right here. His groin was on my butt. And I'm just like, how are you there? And this was literally the first interaction in all of life. Never knew of his existence, never seen him before. Again, we don't work anywhere near each other. We don't work in the same department. Nothing. So I'm just like, who is this? Why are they up on me? And I had to kind of play it off like, why was he up on me? Like, he literally came from out of nowhere, y'all. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go and look up one of my other videos. I think I put it up in February at some point in time, because I was just so done. Like, I had to do somewhat of a story time on it, because I couldn't believe how he did. Like, he did the absolute most. And I mean, I can't. So anyway, so before that last interaction that I just discussed with y'all, I hadn't seen him. I didn't think he was at work, but apparently he was there. And I saw for a fact that he was there, because I left out late from work on purpose, because I want everybody at all, they love speeding here. And I'm like, can't none of y'all drive. So what y'all speeding for? So since they want to speed, go right ahead. I'll wait 5 to 15 minutes tops, and then I'll leave out and go home. So I'm walking in my car, and I hear her voice, the side helper's voice. And I'm like, okay. So then eventually I hear his voice. I didn't even look at her direction, because it's like she's so loud and annoying. Like, if y'all would hear her voice, y'all would say she's loud and annoying too. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying it because she has tried me for literally no reason, but she really does have a loud and annoying voice. But yeah, y'all, she was talking, and he finally said something, and then I was like, oh gosh, that's why she out here in the parking lot. She over here talking to him, whatever. So I'm getting closer to my car, and because of where I like to park, they were in like a row behind me, but there is like all this greenery and these rocks, and like it's a big space in between where the area that I parked in is and the rows where they parked are, because I'm thinking that he was standing at her vehicle. So anyway, I think he went on break, and she was about to leave, and so she told him to come outside. That's what I'm guessing happened. So they talking, and I'm in my car, minding my business. I mean, she's still talking. You could tell she had kind of slowed down what she was saying, because she didn't want me to hear what they was talking about. And I'm saying to myself, girl, I don't care nothing about what y'all talking about at all. Don't care nothing about it. Like, I don't. You know how you can tell that somebody is like changing the subject up, or they, kind of tottering, and, it's like, drawing stuff out. That's what she was doing. So I was like, girl, bye. And got in my car and turned it on. And I actually was talking to somebody, and it was one of my male friends. And I was tempted to just video chat with them and let them hear his voice so they would shut up, because like, just to try to make her think that I'm talking to somebody else, just to see, first of all, if he would still try me after hearing another man's voice on the phone and ask me about it. Because y'all, when I tell y'all he be doing the most, he be doing the absolute most. And I'm gonna tell y'all what the last interaction was, because what I've already told y'all was not the very last interaction. But yeah, I would love to see if he's gonna try me and be like, hey, so how you doing today? Da, 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 da. Like, he really be creating conversations to have with me. So yeah. Anyway, I finally leave, because I was like, y'all are doing the most. And this was the most hilarious part about that. I already told y'all I hadn't seen him at all. She normally wears a certain color shirt and a certain color pair of pants every single day, with the exception of one day. One day she came in on her off day, and they needed her, and she had on the same color pants but a different color shirt. Now, at this job, we wear uniform shirts. You can wear whatever, kind of professional type slacks, like khakis and stuff like that. Any color you want to wear, whatever. And that particular day, she had on another color. So, but this day, this is the third time she has a different color on. But 99% of the time she wears this one color in particular, and that's it. But that day, both of them had the exact same colors on. It's funny because they normally wear the exact same colors. The main colors that she wears are the main colors that he wears in his area. And I remember once I started connecting the dots initially, that's why she hating and mad and acting crazy towards me. It's because she is screwing him. They wear the same thing. And I'm just like, y'all, and then tell me why my friend just told me yesterday that old boy's wife is gorgeous. If y'all saw this side heifer, y'all would be like, what are you talking to that for when you have that at home? I was like, don't do this. She was like, I'm telling you, the wife is gorgeous. I was like, why? I don't be understanding, y'all. And I'm telling you, this dude at another job that I worked at, I started working on third shift at that job. The first night that I was there, he asked the person who was over that area. He stood up there and watched me and pointed me out and asked her, what's her name? Where she come from? Like, he was asking all kinds. And the woman don't know nothing about me. She has worked with me when there were people who were out because of death in the family and all this other stuff when I was on first shift at that job. But she didn't know me like that. She was just like, I know her because, I've worked with her before, and, she was decent. She was fine when I worked with her before. And it's like, he don't know nothing. She don't know nothing except my name. I went to her and she knew what my name was, but that was it. So she told him that, and I was just like, bruh. But this man was ugly. First of all, this man was, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to, let something fit a narrative because of what I'm talking about in this moment. This man was ugly. If y'all were to see him, y'all be like, you ugly. But his wife, I had seen his wife before. His wife was gorgeous from head to toe. Body was everything. Hair was everything. Skin was flawless. I'm just like, why do y'all sit up here and cheat on these people? Like, what are y'all missing at the house? Why don't y'all just get a divorce if you're going to sit up here and cheat on these folks day in and day out? I'm not understanding. I just don't be getting it. So he another one who has an amazing looking wife, and he over here cheating. What is the fascination? But anyway, y'all, I'm sorry. So yeah. So they be sitting up here dressing alike, and I'm like, y'all doing the most. Anyway. Y'all, so anyway. So before the last time he spoke to me, the time before last, he was like, hey, how you doing? He spoke to me like 2-3 times prior to that. And then he gonna create a conversation. How's everything going with you? I said, fine. Oh, okay. And then like, he just started asking me about where I'm from. How did I get there? Oh, okay. You from Alabama? For real? What you doing up here? I said, unfortunate circumstances. Like, that's what I just tell everybody, because I'm not going into detail about why I'm here, how I got here, and all this other stuff. You asking too many questions, sir. He was like, oh, really? Oh, wow. That's crazy. He was like, oh, okay then. Well, how long you been here? What? Like, I'm talking about, y'all, I'm trying to go to my break. I only have a specific amount of time. He can drag his time out. I can't do all of that. But anyway, he doing the most. Like, he really was going into detail, asking me questions, like following behind me. This was one of these days where somebody had to have told him that I was going to break, because he appeared like, y'all, nobody was behind me. Nobody. I make a point to look all around me and behind me because I don't want doors to close on nobody, because I've had a bad habit with that in the past because I don't think nothing of it. So anyway, nobody was behind me. Then all of a sudden he just started talking and he was behind me. And that's when he started asking me these specific questions. Y'all, I was so tired. So anyway, the last time that I saw him and he spoke to me, he was like, hey, how you doing? I said, fine. He spoke to me 2-3 times. Then I went on my lunch break. Keep in mind, I went on my lunch break a whole hour early. So, bruh, somebody done told you where I was. But this is the killer, y'all. This is how I know for a fact he must have a spy or something. Somebody that is doing this bidding for him, and I'm not understanding why. I just told y'all I went to my lunch break an hour early, right? So, with me going to my break an hour early, nobody knows when I'm going to break. My friend, I just crossed paths with my friend, and I asked her because she's in a completely different area, and I couldn't see her. And I was so busy, I didn't get a chance to text her and be like, oh, you okay in that area? And like the person that she had to work with, she actually had to cuss him out the last day we worked. So this was like the day or 2 days before that. So she cussed him out and left, went home. It was bad, y'all. But anyway, I asked her, was she all right? Because she did not like him anyway before that. So I asked her, was she okay? You know, how was everything going over there and all of that while we were in passing. Nobody was behind me at the time. So then she, kept going. She going back to her area and I'm going to lunch. She had texted me and said, your friend behind you, and she tried to give me a heads up to let me know he was behind me. I didn't check my message. I didn't have my vibrator on. I didn't have it on vibrate. I didn't have it on because I could have my phone on and hear the noise. Because if I had heard it, I would have known before he got up on me. Y'all, he followed me all. This is what's so crazy, y'all. He appeared after we both finally started back moving and going in our separate directions, right? Apparently, as soon as she started going and I started going where I was going, he appeared and he just was walking real quick. And he halfway said hey to her. And she was like, what is it? What you be doing to these dudes? I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. I don't do nothing. Like, I really don't. And she be witnessing this stuff. So this ain't stuff I'm making up. I used to always be like, I want somebody to be a witness because I feel like people would think I'm making stuff up. One of the main reasons I always felt like that was because people love to make it seem like fat folks don't get no play. Ain't nobody checking for fat folks, but fat folks be getting it all, but whatever. So anyway, apparently, as soon as we started going our separate ways, he came from out of nowhere and he was high stepping. He halfway said hey to her. And like she said, he started speeding up. And she said it dawned on her that he must have knew that I was out there. And that's when I told her, I said, I knew it. I bet he got somebody that's out there in that area that will see me and will text him and let him know that I am on my way to break. That's got to be what it is. But because he literally appears out of nowhere. Y'all don't understand. Like, when I tell y'all out of nowhere, I just be so through. I be like, where he come from? Like, I really do look all around me. I am very, very vigilant. I just be looking like, okay, ain't nobody around. Like, literally nobody will be going to break at the same time as me. Then all of a sudden he'll appear. And it's like, bruh. And it could be the most random time in life and he will just appear. And I'm just like, somebody got to be doing something, letting him know. Somebody sending up a smoke signal or something. So anyway, y'all, she was trying to give me a heads up. And so she saw for herself. She was like, girl, he started walking fast out of nowhere. And then I thought about it. He must have knew you was going up here to break. I was like, oh my gosh. Y'all, I was so tired in my spirit. So anyway, y'all, we just got new time clocks installed. And on that day, they hadn't put all of them throughout the building yet. We only had one when we first came in. So I had to go all the way up to the front anyway, instead of doing one of my other ones that I do closer to the area where I take my break in. So I went all the way up to the front to clock out for my lunch break. Y'all, I barely done swiped my badge to clock out for my break. And I turn around, he about to run me over because he really was walking fast. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, that really must have been what it was. Because she said he was walking so fast, he almost ran me over trying to get to me. And he ended up taking his break the exact same time as me. Like, he did the absolute most to take his break at the same time as me. And the raggedy heifer, the side heifer, was at work that day. Had a whole conversation with me. Hey, how you doing? Bro, you just saw I clocked out. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm trying to go and enjoy my break, whether it's me sitting down doing nothing or me talking to somebody, doing what I want to do on my phone or whatever, listening to music. I really be sitting up here watching some of these shows. And then I come home and do my recap reviews on them. Because, like, I don't have to work this weekend. Hallelujah. I don't know when the next time that's going to happen. Because normally I work on weekends. Because that's just how my schedule is. And I'm off during the week on my scheduled days off. As long as it's not mandatory for me to come in, right? So I normally work on weekends. So had this been today and tomorrow, I would have been at work and I would have watched Belle Collective at work if I didn't watch it before I left home. And then I would have came home, did a recap review on it. And then tomorrow I would have done the same for Love and Marriage Huntsville because I'm at work and I watch this stuff at work sometimes when I think about it. So, y'all, I was just like, bruh, like he really is trying to have a whole conversation. Hey, how you doing? What you got going on today? Like he really was trying to talk to me. And I'm looking at him like, oh, okay, bye. Like I really had to cut the conversation off. Like, I'm like, bruh, your bloodhound already doing the most and hating because you be talking to me. You would think that I am the one initiating conversations with him, but it's him rolling up on me. Y'all, I be so exhausted. I be so tired. And my friend be dying laughing at me. And I be like, girl. Y'all would think everybody would be up on her. And a lot of people do be trying to get up on her, but they be intimidated. And I already told her off rip. I told her today, just in case I didn't tell you before, as soon as I saw you, our first night working together, I was like, oh yeah, she gonna be a problem. People gonna be coming up here, being distractive, being all distracted and doing the most. And ain't nobody gonna get no work done because they're gonna be all on her. And I died laughing. And I mean, it didn't got to the point where people feel like she's mean or whatever. And she's already told me that where she's from, people are rude. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I've never gotten that vibe from her as far as that being the energy that she has given off to me. So I ain't had no issue with her. So whatever. We've been cool so far. So I ain't got no issues with her. But yeah, y'all, the most be going on and they be rolling up and it's this y'all. It's this older dude, y'all, that got locks and he fine. If I was to do anything with anybody at work, it would be him. And I'm just like, I wouldn't do nothing with you, sir. Like, that dude is a single older man. That's fine. And I feel like he would be able to keep up with me, whether it's walking, jogging, or whatever in the world is going on. Like, he actually is fine. He actually has a personality. He actually talks to me about meaningful things when we do see one another. He always has been nice to me and has been sweet to me. And he always speaks to me. You would think he was from the South because he really always extends amazing Southern hospitality to me. And I mean, I'm just talking, y'all. I ain't trying to do nothing with nobody. Y'all, if I was to do anything with anybody at that place, it would be all over the building. I ain't got time. I don't like to do that. I don't like to do all of that. And then everybody at work find out they be doing the most. And then I got to be uncomfortable at work because everybody know my business. I don't like nothing like that. So I don't do that. But yeah, I'm just saying, if I'm going to do anything with somebody, if there was a situation that presented itself, it would not be with the married dude, whether he was married or not. Even if he did present a divorce decree to me, he would not be the one. He would not be the one that I would have any dealings with. Anyway, y'all, hopefully y'all got a kick out of all the foolishness that I be going with. I'm pretty sure the saga will continue with this married foolishness and the side heifer. Hopefully y'all got y'all laughs. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.